So in this video today, I got the normal what sold. I got a bunch of cards, about 20 of them to go through to show you the variety that buyers are buying. Also, I had a special request to do some research on a special postcard called Maxicards or MaxiPostcards or Maximum Postcards. Kim requested that I would do, if I could do a video on it. I'm not that well versed in Maximum cards, Maxicards, so I went out and dug up some stuff. And if anybody has any things to add, please put it in the comments. I'm sure Kim and myself and everybody else would appreciate it to learn a little bit more about this type of postcard. But you need 3 things for a Maximum Postcards, and I'm going to tell you what those are. The next thing is postcard definition and terms. Changed it up a little bit. I'm starting to run out of terms. I got to go dig up some more. I added tools. I thought it would be kind of neat to add some of the tools that I use and people use when they sell postcards, to get a little bit more detail in each one. Everybody likes to get a new gadget. And then I got a couple of viewer comments at the end of the video. But let's go ahead and get started on what cards sold on eBay. Again, remember, this isn't about the dollars or the number of cards. It's about the type of cards that people are buying. And as you go through here, you're going to see a good variety today. And a lot of these are single orders from people. And as of this recording, this is the week that eBay rolled out their postcard update or their fall update. And I'm still selling postcards. So I haven't seen too much of a decline yet or any impacts on the sales wise. But the first card that sold is kind of an inset card. It's Harnart, You Are Free. It's kind of a lithograph. And it does have a little bit of water right in the back there, if you can see. But it's an inset, it's a divided back card, and it's kind of maybe a political type card. But that's sold between $4 and $5. It's on a heavier card stock, and it's got a little bit of aging on the color there. The next card is a divided back, and it's Silver Beach, St. Joseph, Michigan. Right there. And it was posted in 1912. So it's an early 1900s card, kind of like hand painted. It's got the line there. And if you look at the top there, it has that little insignia right up there. You can actually date with some of those insignias on the card. But it does have a little bit of damage in the top, on the side. But that's a nice looking card. Sold between $4 and $5. Now I sold another one of these naval covers, they call them. They actually had the ship stamp on them right there, and it has the stamp, and then down at the bottom it has something. It's just an envelope stamp with a postmark stamp from the Navy ship Nafia in 1951. So somebody was on that ship and wanted this cover. Sold between $4 and $5. Next card is Alaska Range from Eureka Flats with fireweed in the foreground. Fireweed. That's a new one. Right there. Fireweed. Guess you probably knew that. I didn't. So you say fireweed around here in Chicago. You probably get a baggie or something, but fireweed. $4 to $5. This was a pretty neat card. I forgot I even listed it. The Log Skyscraper. It's a 3-story log building at Whitehorse, Yukon, is a fine example of craftsmanship. It's a log skyscraper. It's got a scalloped edge, as you can see that on there. And when they're riffled like that, like scalloped edge. Log skyscraper. So I got fireweed. I got log skyscraper. It's 3 stories high. I don't know if I want to stay in there. So it's an unposted card. They buy everything. I'm telling you, list it. It'll sell. Might not be tomorrow, but if they buy fireweed, they'll probably buy that. Next one is Market Street and Aloe Plaza, St. Louis, Missouri. You can see the arch in the background. It's kind of like the plaza going up to the arch. Right there, vertical card. Just a chrome card, $4 to $5. Missouri, Midwest. I'm kind of low on the Midwest categories. I always look for the Midwest because usually you get the East Coast or the West Coast or the state parks and stuff or the Southern, but Midwest sometimes a little harder to find. This is Red Lodge. It's a route going to the Red Lodge in Yellowstone National Park. $4 to $5. Chrome card. This next one is smaller than a regular postcard, not too much, but it's a original bar, first and last chance bar in Oakland, California. That's an older card, it looks like, but it's 1955 postmark. And that's what it is right there, and it tells a little bit about it on the back, some stuff there. It's got a 3-cent stamp on it, so, but it just looks older, but it's not. It's in the 50s. Next one's from the Naval Boat Hall. This is a European boat. I think it's France, or it could be Turkey. But this is a bigger, about a 5x7 card. I only had one of these cards from that Naval Ship Hall for this one, and it sold. After doing hundreds and hundreds of each of the cards, and I get to one, should I list it? Sure, I listed it. It sold $4 to $5. Another boat from the Naval Hall, USS John Pierce, DDD 753, black and white photo. You can see the number on the front of the boat there. Unposted Chrome card, $4 to $5. Shopping mall. Where is this at? Orlando, Florida. Colonial Plaza, new $1 million air-conditioned mall. Doesn't say, this is probably 50s. I've sold something, I think this card before. Rings a bell. But it's got all the writing, but it's not posted. So it's shopping mall, Orlando. I'm sure there's a few there. Let me do 2 more here, and then I'll get into Maxicards and fulfill Kim's request. If anybody's got any requests for any videos or a certain type of card or anything like that, if I don't know about it, I'll go out and do the research and get it out to everybody so they can add to the what I find as well. Mammoth Ore Dock, Michigan. Nice looking boats. It's a linen card. You can tell that by the colors, by the blue and stuff like that. I can see that card clearly in my view screen. It's a linen card. It's got a flea market or a booth on here, a price. I don't remove those. I just leave them on there. $4 to $5. Now, last one before the special topic. This is some kind of diorama battle scene, Battle of Fort Donelson. You can see all the guys laying there and fighting and stuff. Like a painting or a diorama. $4 to $5. Army fighting. Maybe they need some fireweed. So let's get into Maxicards, or maximum postcards, and talk about those. Now, Kim requested to go over those, and I'm sitting there, I know Maxicards, maximum cards, you need 3 things. And it was kind of like, why didn't I ever look at these before? I talked to a couple other postcard sellers, some big ones, and they said they don't see them that often. And they're more in the European stuff. There is some in the United States, but I'll get into the details. So Maximum Card is really the name of it. And it's called Maxicard or Maxi Dash Card or Maxicard. What is it? I'll put it right down here. A postcard whose image is maximized in concordance with the same subject matter of the stamp and the cancellation placed on the front side. Now, I don't actively have any of these in my collection, and they can be kind of pricey. So I'm going to show you on the screen some examples that I have. So like right here, here's the Cape Kennedy, Florida one. And what you need on here is 3 things to make a maxi card. One is the picture and the subject. So this one is of the moon landing or space at Cape Kennedy. The stamp that's on the card needs to match the picture, subject placed on and the stamp on the front of the card. So you need the card, and you need the stamp on the front of the card, and it needs to be similar to the subject of the card. So if you had a dog on the card, you need a dog stamp on the front of the card. The stamp is not on the back of the card. And the postmark should have some similarity to the subject and the stamp. And this one actually says Washington, D.C. On the front there. So it has a U.S. It's kind of close, but there's another one I have that actually has moon landing on it, and it shows the same thing. But you need the 3 things. You need the subject, the stamp, and the cancellation to be similar on there. So There's some of bat stamp, and it talks about some cavern. So that's what a maximum card is. So let's get into some details that I found. And I found a lot of this on the web and some other places. So placing a stamp on the picture side of the card was already common practice for those who collected both postcards and stamps. So if you did both, they put the postcard on the stamp because both the picture and the stamp would be visible when you framed it. That's why they did that. And there's also another French word type of card that they did, putting the stamp on the front. And that's what I was confused with the Maxim cards. But there is another name for putting the stamp on the front of the card that I'll get into later on in another video. Even though stamped and postmarked, many of these cards were just collected and never sent through the mail. So a lot of post offices will make Maximum cards and sell them, but they're never mailed. They'll put the cancellation on them, put the stamp, and they sell them that way. Collectors would continue to mail these cards multiple times to see how many different stamps from different countries could be affixed. So a lot of people would put a stamp on the front, mail it, stamp it again, mail it, stamp, mail, stamp. Just like your passport, how many stamps they could get on there. The first known use of the term maximum card was in 1932. Through the practice, even though the practice dates back to 19th century. I think it was 1990 that I found some Egypt one on one of the sites. But late 1800s, early 1900s when these cards were around. In 1945, the Association of Maxim Card was formed in France and has grown since. So in 1932, the term was made. 1945, an association was done. In 1980, Maxim Cards became independent branch of the stamp collectors. So it was recognized by stamp collectors. And this is really on the edge of stamps and the postcards. So that's probably why I didn't really do it, because stamps, I don't do stamps. Nothing against them, I just don't go down the rabbit hole. And they're more popular in Europe, especially in France. And I see more Russian, France, and different ones when I look up pricing on these types of cards. But that's a Maxicard and some details about it. Now let's look at the pricing on Maxicards. Some of these can be pretty lucrative. So I looked at the solds that were on eBay, and this right here shows you the one with the pyramid sold for $40, $39.99. And then there's one there for $155. So it can be pretty lucrative. I think there was maybe less than 1,000 of these listed on eBay, Maxim card. Now there was some out there that said they were Maxi cards, but they didn't have the three things. So you want to be careful when you're looking at things and do your research. Now on the low side, so that was the high side, the $40, $155. Well, what are some people? There's some newer ones out there for $3, dollar shipping, $5, $1.50 is what these sold for. So they are out there and they're reachable, they're in the budget, but there is some higher price ones. Probably the early 1900 ones would do more, but it's just something else to look for when you're going through the boxes. If you see one, see if it has a stamp on the front. What's the postmark look like? You might have a Maxi card. I will be actively looking for these now since I've done the research and stuff. Kind of opened my eyes. I kind of get blinded working at the Divided Back to Chrome sometimes. And I'm glad, and thank you, Kim, for asking about this, because I love researching new cards or a different part of the postcard collecting that I really don't get into that often. So, anybody got any additions to Maxi cards or any history, or you're an avid collector of them? Please put it in the comments. Send me an email and I'll get it out there and I'll talk about it on the videos. That way everybody learns about Maxi cards. Maxi cards. Find them, keep them, sell them. Who knew? So let me finish up the eBay, what sold cards, and then I'll get into thermal printers as the tool time. Tim Taylor tool time. So the next one, I've sold this card different ways. The House of Seven Gables. A lot of people would not post this card. It's just, they're very, I mean, they're all over the place. Different angles, different views, chrome, linen. I did. $4 to $5. Next one's a white border card of the Woolworth building in New York. It's a vertical card, and they took it in. You'll see a lot of views like that where they do it from the doorway or an arch. to kind of get it centered in there, but the photographer took that picture there. This was posted in 1926, so, and it's got a 1-cent stamp on it, 2-cent stamp on it, $4 to $5. The last one that sold on eBay is, Funicular to Garcia's Caverns, Monterey, Mexico. It's a Mexico card. It's some kind of train that goes up the hill. Some kind of thing that goes up there to the caverns. Automated. Photo card. Mexico card. Mexico cards seem to do well. I don't find that many of them. When I do, I find them in bunches. And sometimes I can't translate them, so I got to put them in Google Translate. They take longer to list, so I kind of set them to the side sometimes. And this was postmark 1966. On the back there, I could not tell you what the stamp says, but it's a vertical card, $4 to $5. So let me get into thermal printers, tool time. So instead of doing definitions and terms, I figured I would do tools. A lot of people ask me about thermal printers. Which one do I use? Which one I think best? They all do the same thing. It's a basic function. Let me give you an official definition of what a thermal printer is. Right down here. A printer which is small, or a printer in which small heated pins from characters on heat-sensitive paper. So a printer in which small heated pins form characters on heat-sensitive paper. So you need two things. You need the thermal printer and you need the heat-sensitive paper. Well, how does that work? What do you mean thermal printer and heat? How does a thermal printer work? I went out and got that for us. Thermal printers work by producing an image on paper using heat. The thermal printing process heats thermal paper that has special dye coating that turns black when heated. Most thermal printers are monochrome, although there are some two-color versions out there. The one I have is just black and white. So, to give an example of what it is, I blacked out I use thermal printer labels 4x6, 6x4 for the eBay standard envelope. This is the best way to do it. It fits right on the front of the envelope. If you see the envelope, it fits right on the front there. It goes all the way across. No problem. You can get these pretty cheap. And I'm going to show you in a minute how they come. But this is the best way. If you're cutting out paper and printing, you're using ink, you're spending a lot of time, this prints out in seconds. And if you notice, it's black and white on there. And it's a self-stick. It'll just unpeel it, stick it on there. So it's print, peel, and stick when you sell a postcard. 53 cents, 1 ounce. Print, peel, and stick with a thermal printer thing. But this paper, you want to keep it out of the light. They usually ship them in a black plastic, or they're in a box, and you want to keep them away from light because the paper has heat sensitive, so when heat hits it, it'll turn black. They will fade over time, just like your receipts at the store. If you're saving receipts for your tax purposes, it's better to scan them in, because if you look at them a year or so from now, they're probably going to be faded away if they're in the light or whatever. They will fade. But that's how it works. It puts heat on the paper with the pins, and the computer knows what to tell the printer knows what to do, and it heats up those little spots, those little pixels, and it turns it black. Now you're saying paper. I gotta buy more paper? Yeah, thermal paper comes in 2 different ways. And I'm gonna show you what that is. One is a fan fold. A fan fold is right here. It just stacks and it just goes out and it sits behind the thermal printer, as I'll show you with the Rollo. And then there's rolls that you actually put in a printer, and that's what these are. So there's fan fold or roll. You want to find out what your printer takes. Now there's 3 different brands of thermal printers that I hear about all the time in the reselling world. The first one I hear a lot about is Zebra. The Zebra thermal printer runs about, I've seen them anywhere from 120 or higher. You can get some used ones. The one I looked at is 130, so that's around the middle price, 130 and up. It does use rolls, and it does have a small footprint because the roll is inside the printer, so whatever the printer takes up, the roll will sit in there. Now the next one is the one I use. Now I'm not tied to any technology. Whatever works. Thermal printers are thermal printers. There's really nothing to them, and I understand them with the technology part. So there's really nothing there. It's just a brand and how well they're made. So a Rollo, R-O-L-O-O, those are more expensive a little bit than the Zebras. The one I found now is $190 and up. They use fan fold, or they can use the roll, as you see right here on the setup. That has a little box or a tray behind it. It doesn't fit inside, so if you put it on your desk, you're going to need to put the printer here, and then on the back behind it, you would put the tray to hold the paper. And it has a little bar for the roll that you can put in there, or I use the fan folds, and I have a desk that's longer with a shelf underneath. So the Rollo doesn't put it inside. So if you don't have a lot of space, you can check that one off your list and go after the Zebra, or another one, Dymo 4XL. Now these can be a little bit more pricier. The ones I saw on sale right now, I think it was Amazon, $250. So, but you can find them on sale at office supply places or on eBay and stuff. Just shop around if you're in the market for that. It uses rolls, fits inside the printer, and so it has a small footprint, and that's it right there. And a lot of people use this one. So whatever I would say by footprint and budget is what you get. The Rollo, I haven't had that many problems with. That's all I can speak to is what I use. The other ones I haven't heard that much either. So, but I do use Dymo Twin Turbo, not the 4XL, the 450s, and I don't have that many problems. I've been using them for years. I got a Twin Turbo, which is 2 printers in one, and another one for my inventory and different things. Dymos, and they've been working fine. And the Rollo, no problems. And I just wipe it with an alcohol wipe every once in a while, just get any kind of dust and stuff off of it on there. Thermal printers, you gotta get one. It'll pay for itself. It's probably my second best thing from my scanner. So your scanner's number one, your thermal printer's number two. Will pay for itself fast. Let me tell you, it will. Who knew? All right, so I sold, let's see, I got 4 cards here sold on Etsy. So Etsy's up and down lately. Like I said, I wouldn't really start Etsy until you get enough cards coming in on eBay, but it could be something to look at. The first one is Hollywood Bowl. Always sells. There's so many different pictures of the Hollywood Bowl. $4 to $5. Next one, Disney. Buy Disney older cards. This is Disney World on there. Some kid even said he liked it. He put his name on there. Cinderella's Castle. $8. Not $4.45, $8 on that. So always pick that up. That was a single purchase. This one is Philbrook Art Center, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Chrome card of a pond in a house. Somebody knows about it, and it was postmarked 1962. Chrome card, $4 to $5. And one just came in right before this. I got a ton of these cards. I bought them a while ago. Oh, I'm going to sell these. I'm going to be rich. I think this is maybe number 2 after 2 years of selling them. Stardust, Las Vegas Strip, Casino. I just remember that. I got probably 50 of these cards. And I think I paid up on them too. So I went to the casino and I lost money. So, but yeah. Some of those casinos out there, you want to look them up. Flamingo and there's some good ones, but this is not the best one. Didn't do well with that one. They're still sitting there. But like I said, everything sells. Just do what you can with them on there. So 20 cards, $80, $100. Same week that eBay did their fall update, so it's still going. Now I just got to pack these up and get them over to the post office. I did something else this morning, so I didn't have time to put it in the mailbox. But to pack these up with the thermal printer, no time at all. Gotta get one. Best part of the videos I like, viewer comments. It's interacting with you guys, and also I get to speak about some of the things that I do that's not totally scripted or I went and did research on. It just comes from my head. So Apologize if I offend anybody, but I shouldn't, because they're mostly questions about what I do. So the first comment is, so I started getting into postcards thanks to you. I'm sorry. It's an addiction. So I started getting into postcards thanks to you and your videos and my videos, and currently up to 300 listings. Good. I mean, that's a start. You get your first 1,000 up, you're going to be an expert. I mean, do your first 1,000 postcards listed, all different varieties on eBay. You're going to learn how to list. You're going to know about postcards a little bit more. You're going to get into it. You're going to get your supplies. You're going to figure out you need a scanner. You're going to figure out you need a thermal printer. You're going to figure out how to get there. Now, if you can't get a scanner right away, use your phone. But in your mind, you know you want to get there. If you don't have a thermal printer, use your printer. You know you want to get there. So you build it up and keep going. So when you get about 1,000 postcards, you start getting money coming in. Put $1 a week away, or $2, whatever, for those other pieces. And all of a sudden, when you get up to about 6,000, 7,000, it's going to just keep coming in. And then you can look at branching out maybe to another site and putting some on there, so you don't have eggs in all one basket, but do real good on your first 1,000 and ask any questions. Then he continues, so I was working on a new stack of 100 and noticed some duplicates. And that brought up this question to me: how do you handle duplicates? Do you go back into history and add a +1 to the listing and place it next to the postcard in the inventory? Or do you just say heck with it and list it again and give it a new ID? If I know it's a duplicate card, I will go over and pull the other card that I have, and you want to check are any variations. Is it posted or unposted, and one's posted and one's not? If it's the same card, then definitely I will print out another inventory sticker, put it in a sleeve, and update the quantity on my inventory list and the site that it's posted on. Now sometimes, you know, if I listed a card a year ago, I might not remember it's a duplicate. And eBay, once in a while, if I put the same words in the title, it'll pop up and say you got a duplicate listing. Just change a word on it or go find that card. But I'm not that worried about duplicates. Some of these boats, I got 500 of them. And if I find another one, I just go add it in there, on there. So, but you're on your way. 300, keep going. And keep us updated on how you're doing. So next one is, OSU Stadium is nicknamed the Horseshoe. That's what the OSU Stadium. The stadium has been there in the same place since 1992. Lived in Columbus for most of my life. I'm back home, so it was nice to see that postcard. I had to think about this one. This was a video where I held up that postcard on a what sold, and he was excited to see the memories that that postcard did. So when people see like this boat, it just brings back memories. I know some of the postcards I see local around here, it's like, wow, that public library is now administration building. Look what they did to it. I remember when I was a kid, I used to ride by. The Lions used to be out there. Now they're over there. Things change. So, but thank you for your comment. And this comment, your videos are long. I like that. As I listen to them while I list. So when I do YouTube, a lot of videos are 10 minutes to 15 minutes long. Some are longer. I know when I'm listing postcards, I find something on TV or I find it up on YouTube on my TV, and I like the longer one so I don't have to stop listing to go change it. Even though this channel isn't really monetized with ads and stuff, YouTube will throw ads on there, but if you get like YouTube Premium or YouTube Red like I got, you don't have to worry about clicking off the ads and stuff on there. But I found longer videos people enjoy. I know I like them. So I kind of passed it on and kind of split this up. And if you look in the bottom of the video, along the bottom, there's a categories or a timeline. So if you're coming in just to learn about Maxicards from the thumbnail, you can go right to that in the chapter below. And then come back later on and look at the what solds or the thermal printers. So it's kind of like one video broken up into 5 sections. So you can just continue to watch. But appreciate that you said that, because I've tried shorter ones and longer ones. I enjoy the longer ones and breaking it up for everybody, because I know listing postcards can be a tedious task and you're there for a couple hours while you're 50 cards or whatever, and you can listen to it in the background. That's the best way to do it. And look up every once in a while to see what I'm putting up or whatever. But thanks for that. And another viewer question. Hey, I have a YouTube channel. I got YouTube questions today. I I got a YouTube channel. Would you be willing to come on live and talk about how you do your postcards and postcards? Yes, I've done that on the Pittsburgh Picker. I think I'm again on Adam and Sarah's channel, Pittsburgh Picker, the 26. I've been on other channels before. Yeah, all you have to do is hit me on the email or comment, and we'll get it together and let me know the rules, and I'll see if the date's open. So just let me know. Anytime, anywhere. I love talking about postcards. Now, if you want to learn more about, how we pack and ship our postcards, I had a lot of questions about that. You want to check this video out here, and it walks you through how I do single cards and stuff like that. Now, it's probably before eBay standard, but it's just the label, but it shows you the envelope, the sleeve, and then also how we pack up in cardboard when it's multiple cards. And I use that a lot. Ship it out, and people really like it. It's waterproof too. Not resistant, proof. So check out this video here. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching.